Okay, so this is in response to my own video. I had already ordered an additional Flycam Nano from India, from the Sin City, and the one I got had the exact same issue as the one that was posted in the same video, so I went on the endeavor to fix it myself. So first, I will show you that my Flycam is now balanced, that it is fixed. I'll have to balance mine, as you can see what type of adjustments I need to make when I'm balancing mine every time, and how long it typically takes me, and what the results look like. We're getting close, just moves a little side to side. Alright, that is balanced. Now before, if I turned it around on the other axes, it would lean forward. Now you can see it does not. And you can also see that the dynamic balance, once you spin it right, is good. Now, the question is kind of how did I do this, because for people who have the same issue, I'm sure they're interested. So here's a brief description. If you have additional questions, I can try to answer them in comments, but I'm fairly busy. The likelihood of me getting back quickly is fairly slim, but I'll try my best. But anyway, so if you have it balanced forward, and then when you turn it around, it begins to lean this way, that's because the gimbal, the round piece that spins here, the gimbal is misweighted. Namely, it means that there's not enough weight on the front of the gimbal. So the holes are where the yoke is screwed into the gimbal are too far forward. So to correct that, I added right here onto the gimbal, I added lead golf tape. So I don't know, I just kept adding pieces of thin lead golf tape till it worked appropriately. And the reason why that works is because it'll set the static weight of the piece that doesn't turn when you turn the camera, so the gimbal stays in the same place the whole time. So what that'll do is it'll add weight to the front the entire time. Then I also had an issue where side to side it didn't work either. So if I turned it this way, it would also drift slightly to this side. And what I did to correct that was I loosened this screw here and tightened this screw. So what that did was it shifts the handle slightly to the left. And if it tilted the other way, you can do it to the other side. And what that does is it shifts that center of balance of the handle at that point, which will again correct your gimbal balancing and allow for you to achieve both static and dynamic balance when it's moving, and static when it's in all the different locations. That worked for me. Another thing that I also explored was in between these two pieces to achieve the side-to-side balance, was the dynamic side-to-side balance, was to add washers on the one side or add additional weight to the yoke itself. Because if you see here, if you push on the yoke, you can add permanent weight to the one side that can adjust how the camera will balance. So also if you do have an issue where just moving the screws a little bit doesn't get you perfect balance, you can also add weight to the sides of the yoke to give you a greater effect. I didn't think that was going to be as consistent, so I would avoid that if at all possible. You can already see mine's a little bit out of balance because I didn't balance it perfectly, but it does work. It does work. But yeah, so if you need additional help, again, you can post comments. Either way, I thought I would at least share the learning. I'll show you some up close kind of video the best I can of what I did. You can see here that's lead tape, and then it's much harder to see the yoke, but this yoke screw is tightened, and the yoke is almost flush against the gimbal, and then on this side you can see there's a little bit of space in between the yoke and gimbal. That means that it's shifted a little bit to the left because where it was from the manufacturer wasn't perfectly centered. Also, I have a quick release plate which has nothing to do with anything but makes adjustments a little bit simpler. I have T2i, I have the Rode video mic, and the Takina 11 to 16 millimeter, which is an awesome lens for the Flycam. Anyway, hope this helps someone. Have a great day.